Hello and welcome to the France 24 interview. She was just elected at the helm of UNESCO, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, after a bitterly fought election. It took 5 rounds of voting for her to garner 31 votes against 27 for the favorite, Farouk Hosni from Egypt. Born in Sofia, Bulgaria, she studied in Moscow and the United States before becoming a politician and then eventually a diplomat, even briefly serving as Bulgaria's foreign minister in the late 1990s. Since 2005, she has been Bulgaria's ambassador to France and to UNESCO. Irina Bokova, thank you very much for coming on France 24 the day after your election to a 4-year mandate as Director General of UNESCO. So let me just ask you, what is your reaction to the election?
Well, I was very happy, of course, because it was a very long campaign, more than a year, probably a year and a half. Mm-hmm. The decision of my government was taken to present my candidacy was taken in May last year. So since then, we have started working. And after the 5 rounds of elections, you can imagine what relief and what joy it was to win these elections. Then, of course, I immediately thanked the Egyptian candidate, Mr. Farouk Hosni. I thanked the Egyptian ambassador to UNESCO, who is a wonderful lady, a very good friend of mine. And then we decided with the minister, with Mr. Hosni, that as we have promised each other before the election, because during the election we met several times, that it's important that we not only stay in contact, we stay friends and we continue working. Then, of course, I talked with very many ambassadors from the Arab countries, not only, of course, from this region, but because they supported Mr. Hosni that we have to work together for the future of this organization.
As I mentioned, Mr. Hosni was the early favorite for a long time, and it's a kind of an upset that you won. How do you explain that? Why do you think this changed over the 5 rounds of voting and eventually in your favor?
I dare say that we worked very hard. I had the support of the President of the Republic, of 2 consecutive governments of Bulgaria. I have support of all the diplomatic service, the Bulgarian diplomatic service. I visited 47 countries during this campaign. I visited 8 UNESCO bureaus. I went to the World Bank. I tried to pass the message that I believe in the role of UNESCO, which I put in my vision under the title UNESCO in the 21st Century, New Humanism in a Globalized World. I worked with very many people, and I'm really very happy that this message has passed. I think this is probably the main reason for this victory.
Don't you think that the controversial declarations by Mr. Hosni that were deemed by certain people as anti-Semitic were a disservice to him and allowed you to win? Do you think that played a role in tilting the balance in your favor?
I dare think rather that we made a very positive campaign. I have always said that I respect all other candidates. I was really so concentrated in my own work that I was never involved in what the other candidates were doing. So I dare say that rather that we were winning because we were good. We did a good campaign. We passed positive messages, good messages, and I think if the majority of the Executive Council supported us, it was not because somebody else did mistakes, but rather because we did very good, and they supported us for our positive messages.
Right. Some Arab diplomats have mentioned that they were unhappy that there were some backroom maneuvers about the role of the United States in supporting you. Do you think?
No, I was, from the very beginning, I was the candidate of my country, of Bulgaria. I passed 2 rounds of elections, the first and the second, as the candidate of Bulgaria. And the 3rd round only, when some of the other candidates withdrew, and it was not definitely the candidate supported by Europeans or by the United States. They still stayed in the competition. Then we started redistributing votes. So I was very happy that I had the support of a large number of countries from all different regions. It was I was very happy also. I hope I have the support. It's a secret vote. Even when people ask me who voted for you, I say I don't know. But if it's 31 votes, it means that all regions have voted for me. Not only Europe, it was Africa, it was Asia, it was Latin America, and of course it was Europe. So I'm very, very, very happy that I could rally behind me this support of all different regions of countries, and we could do it.
Do you think you got all the European votes?
It's difficult to say. I hope I got the majority of the European votes.
Mm-hmm. Because there have been rumors that France, Italy, and Portugal were the ones that tilted the balance in your favor.
I hope I got the majority of the European votes. At least I think that I don't have any doubt that with all the Europeans supported me, and we share the same common value. We have discussed many times within the European Union circus of ambassadors the elections and the work of UNESCO, the necessity for better management, for better visibility, for a better performance in the all different sectors of the work of the organization. And I don't have any doubts that we all share one and the same vision. And after that, I thanked, of course, the Executive Council. I thanked especially the European Union for their support, also for the ambassadors. I'm very grateful also to Mrs. Benita Ferrero-Waldner, one of the candidates, the Austrian candidate who withdrew. She called me from New York to congratulate me. It's a wonderful lady, personality that especially we in Bulgaria respect very highly. She's decorated with the highest Bulgarian decoration for her contribution to the liberation of Bulgarian nurses from Libya. So I'm very grateful to her gracious withdrawal and giving me the chance to win these elections. So it was a process. It was all the way, all these five rounds of elections. It was a process. It was a process that sometimes changed a little bit, but overall, I think that we did well. We had the right strategy and the right tactics during these 5 rounds to move on and to win the elections.
Are you concerned that there will be some resentment maybe in the Arab world about this? I mean, UNESCO is there to promote tolerance, cultural dialogue. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about that, the lack of such a dialogue in recent years, especially with the Muslim world. Are you afraid that this election might leave a bad taste in the mouth of some people over there?
No. I think that, no. By all means, I've immediately said that we have to unite. I'm a friend of the Arab world. I come from a country which is multicultural, multi-ethnic, multi-religious. On a personal note, my family comes from a small town in southwestern Bulgaria where 80% of the population is Muslim. I've lived in this environment. My family lived. So I never believed in the theories of a clash between civilizations. I never, during my campaign and during my previous work as diplomat, as a politician, I never believed in this kind of divisions. I don't believe it will happen now. And I hope that together with not only, of course, the Arab group, because UNESCO is a universal organization. UNESCO is not only about one particular issue or one particular group. It's about everybody. But I do believe that with my Arab colleagues and with the Arab group, we can move on and bring UNESCO to a different level of importance as to the dialogue among cultures, the dialogues among civilization, and to overall message of tolerance and of diversity. I think this is very important. This is UNESCO's, I would say, UNESCO was born in this spirit of bringing the message of tolerance and of humanism and of diversity after the Second World War.
You made reference to your upbringing. You were also brought up in a communist regime where censorship was the rule. I mean, you're the first woman to occupy that position, but you're also the first former member of a communist country. How does this play into your future actions, do you think?
I'm a typical, I think, representative of my generation of the Cold War. We are in a whole generation of East Europeans that lived. It was not nobody asked us at that time. So I think that the fact that we lived in different systems, the fact that we lived through the change, I think this is the most important, that we live through this historic change, which liberated the spirit of millions of people. After that, we had to make enormous effort. We had to make sacrifices in order to transform our societies, and still we're working on that. I wouldn't say that this process is already finished. I think that to some extent, this gives us a lot of advantages to understand better what is at stake when we talk about human rights, when we talk about human dignity, when we talk about transformation, when we talk about reform, when we talk about crisis, when we talk about the necessity to invest in education in order to make progress, or to talk about culture and tolerance. And I think that also the fact that I come from Southeastern Europe, apart from Eastern, I come from Southeastern Europe, where there was so much conflict in the last decades, unfortunately. I think also it gives me a different perspective on certain issues, and probably it gives me the opportunity to have a better understanding of what is at stake when we talk about the necessity to have this dialogue among civilizations and among cultures.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Irina Bokova, for coming to France 24 to share your first thoughts after your election, and good luck for your mandate. Thank you for watching the France 24 interview.